good, fam? It's Mr. Kelly with Good to the Hood, talking about anything and everything that impacts the culture. And I wanted to go ahead and have a few words and talk about and kind of defend, if you will, Nick Cannon. That's right, Nick Cannon. The reason is this. So we're working on a segment or an episode where we're going to talk about some influential individuals that kind of helped influence me and inspired me just in life and in general. Now, Nick Cannon is not one of those individuals, but he is for some people. And I noticed that there's a lot of hate towards Nick Cannon. So to me, he's kind of an honorable mention. As much trash as everybody wants to talk about Nick Cannon, which usually stems from his ongoing beef with Eminem and potentially his divorce from Mariah Carey, Nick Cannon's done a lot of good things for the culture. And to deny that, I think it's just BS. So Nick Cannon started his career in 1998. So I think it's important to say that because he started making a name for himself and doing his thing 10 years before he married Mariah Carey, because he married her in 2008. And I've seen a lot of fools when the battle was going on or the beef was going on with him and him. They're like, oh, he just got the money from Mariah Carey. No, man. First of all, there was a prenup during that whole ordeal. Second of all, he was worth already, 20, 30 million on his own merit by the time they got together, right? So that's nonsense, because Mariah Carey is a diva and a juggernaut in her own right. Like, she is worth hundreds of millions. It's not even up for debate. But Nick Cannon came to light recently also because he's getting ready to release, he's already released a trailer, but he's getting ready to release a full-on documentary on Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi, who was someone that the late great Nipsey Hussle really, really liked and talked about a lot, about eating this plant-based diet in conjunction with your lifestyle, mental health, and other herbal and natural supplements on the basis of that it's just great for your health. And by doing such, you can avoid a number of diseases and other health complications, okay? So that's who Dr. Sebi is. Well, anyway, Nick Cannon is actually going to be releasing the documentary on that. In some ways, he kind of picked up where Nip left off, because actually Nipsey Hussle was actually going to release that initially. Talked about it a lot. Dr. Sebi died in 2016. Okay, he was born in 1933, died in 2016. So not that long ago. And the information that he had is real relevant. And of course, there's a lot of conspiracy theories, which I won't get into, that he was killed by the government, he was killed by Big Farm, these kinds of things, which I don't really get into conspiracies, but I'm not saying that those aren't potentially valid points. But I guess the documentary is going to kind of go into that more, so it'd be interesting to see what it says there. But getting back to old Nick Cannon there, Nick Cannon is an entertainer. He's not really a rapper, right? He's an entertainer. It's like he's a guy that wears a number of hats and is just trying to get his hustle, right? So, Nick Cannon he's an actor, okay? He's been in some movies. I will be the first to admit, not the greatest of movies, but I can't hate the man for getting to the movie biz. He's a comedian. He's a so-so comedian, right? He's not a juggernaut. He's not Dave Chappelle. He's not Cat Williams. He's not Kevin Hart. He's Aries Spears. He's none of that. He's not T.K. Kirkland even. He's not Patrice O'Neal. But he is a comedian. He's enough of a comedian to where Netflix gave him a check to have his own stand-up on Netflix, because Netflix really supports comedians and it is paying heavy for some of these cats. So he's got that. He's also a rapper, although yes, I get it. Not the greatest of music, but he definitely got a song or two out there. Nobody has ever said that Nick was a fantastic rapper, but he's still a rapper to where he's accomplished. If he's accomplished enough to where the average person, you can walk to the average person and say, hey, what do you think about Nick Cannon? Even if they say, oh, he's trash, they know who he is. Because I know a lot of guys trying to make it, and if you go even to their own city and say, hey, do you know who Lil so-and-so is? Or MC so-and-so? They're like, no. So they can't say that they're good or trash or even heard of them. So Nick is still recognized and known and still got a check. He's a label owner. He started his own label called Incredible, right? And he was talking to Corey Gunz. He signed Corey Gunz at one point in time, who is dope, by the way. He's got a couple battle rappers that he signed, you know, to that, and he's really trying to get involved in the battle culture and kind of help some of those brothers. Because a lot of those guys that do battle rap, even if you're great in battle rap, like, you truly are hustling. Like, you still probably got a part-time gig somewhere. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so, you know, he's helping put some money in those guys' pockets on his show called Wildin' Out, which in the early days, I don't care what nobody says, that first few seasons, everybody that was that liked hip-hop was excited for Wildin' Out. It's been on for, I don't know, 11, 12, 13 seasons now, and I haven't really watched it in recent history. But that first probably 4, 5, 6 seasons, yeah, why would you not? You know, the guests on there were always some hip-hop artist, and then they would do their little insulting, you know, freestyle rap. So, yeah, absolutely. You know, Nick did that, and he helped give some brothers some jobs. Nick is also a director, writer, producer, and I think the biggest thing that he might be known for is really being a television host. So you got Wildin' Out, you got The Masked Singer, which is going on, I believe it's 2nd or 3rd season. Dope. Always stars on there. America's Got Talent. Honestly, I never really watched that show. I wasn't really into that. But he was the host nonetheless of that, on that. And who knows what else is coming up, right? He takes care of his kids. You know what I mean? He was with Mariah Carey. They got a divorce. But he's still willing to defend his baby mama. And he still takes care of his kids. And any brother that's taking care of his kids and can conduct himself amicably and civilly with his ex and still stay breaded, I salute him. So for all those people that want to hate on Nick Cannon, that's cool. It's within your right to do such. But I mean, off what? Because he's not as much of a lyricist as Eminem? Okay. Because he's kind of the modern day squeaky clean type guy. Like he's the, maybe not by accolades, of course, but I'm just saying as an analogy, the modern day Will Smith. You know, like, you know, you could play any of Nick's stuff in front of your grandma, right? You can watch any of these programs that he hosts. Oh, and he got the Nickelodeon thing. Yeah. So he's like the CEO or president of or some of Team Nick or Nickelodeon. The dude's making moves. So I ain't gonna hate on the brother. So that's my little defending of Nick Cannon. You can hate me if you want to. I ain't got no beef with the brothers. So anyway, this is Mr. Kelly. Please hit the subscribe button if you would, please. I greatly appreciate it. Let's debate in the comments. If you're in the comment section, let's debate it. If you really think I'm that off kilter, right? But if not, you know, that's cool. But this is Mr. Kelly with Good to the Hood. And until next time, fam. Peace.